But then my next question, because I didn't go to school in Scotland here. I went to Taiwan, school in Taiwan, and back then, I don't think young people knew about what depression was. And in my era, right, any mental health challenges a young person had in my country was seen as crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard this. And that was really, so it was a different era. And I think maybe back then there's a lot of young people were depressed too. You know? So, but that comes back to my question is, in that back then in the school, because depression, the mental health things wasn't talk about, or we weren't taught about that in school, right? And I wonder if that is what's happening in school in Scotland. Do they talk about mental health? Do they talk about depression, low mood, and all these things in school?
I'm not sure. They talk about they do talk about feelings, but I'm not sure if they really talk about depression and these sorts of things, because I think it would be a hard thing, or like almost you wouldn't know how to go about that, or I don't know. But there is, I think, on social media, there's a lot of awareness of it, good and bad, I would say. There's a lot of awareness of it. I mean, I know that in the past, with my sister's generation, like, there was Tumblr, and a lot of people would openly post a lot about their depression, their experience of depression, in quite a bad way, on Tumblr. So I know that affected a lot of people, but I was young, I didn't know about that.
So what did they do on Tumblr?
So
I don't even know what Tumblr was.
Yes, so basically, Tumblr, there was a lot of like posts, like it was sort of glamour, a lot of mainly girls. It was very like glamorizing and romanticizing their depression and all these sorts of things. And I think social media has given a platform for depression to be glamorized, and like for issues to be glamorized. Less so now, but I think it did peak in 2020, because a lot of people were feeling like that, but also because everyone was on their phones, so it just sort of escalated. But yeah, I mean, I don't think schools, I guess it depends what school you go to. I mean, personally, in my experience, my school hasn't really talked about depression and stuff, but I know that there is, there's a school counsellor and stuff that's a good school counsellor, and there's all these sort of, there is spaces to get help, basically, and I know people use it because, I don't know, I just know people use it, so yeah.
That's really good, because I suppose being able to talk about the feelings are important.
Yeah.
And if there is a support and resources in school, allow the teenagers to talk about that. That helps a lot, because sometimes you don't always want to talk to your parents. I know I
No.
didn't.
Yeah.